watching. And those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. I hope you guys are having a really good day, okay? God bless you guys wherever you're at in the world and whenever you get to seeing this reading. Please know that my readings are timeless, which means whenever you get to this specific message or this specific reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. Okay. So again, I hope everybody has had a good day wherever you're at in the world. God bless you guys. And thank you for spending your time with me, and thank you for spending your time with God. Know that I think that it's really important that you guys watch all of the readings on both platforms, just because each reading is going to have a different Easter egg of personal knowledge to help you on your journey. That's what these readings are for, is to help you guys spiritually progress, to stay up to date on things, and to uncover things about yourselves, which I think is really exciting. I love people that are into tarot, that are into asking questions, that just don't blindly follow other people, and that are interested in wanting to know about themselves. I think that those people are the most important people. Well, I would say the most interesting and important people, because they will be the ones to lead others down the path to redemption, to love, to peace, to God. Okay, so we're going to start off with the prayer. We are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, and we're asking that the archangels and all of that, please help get this platform monetized so that I can accept super chats. Again, if you guys have any personal questions, I had to remove my financial details from the description box below. But I do have another platform called Astraea Love, Astraea, second word Love. I've got the description to that in the description box below as well. And that on that platform, I can accept $20 super chats per question. But on this platform, until it gets monetized, however long that takes, they said it could take a month. Eventually, I'll be able to accept super chats, and then you guys can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading. I will tap the timer, and I will answer your questions. So it's so important that you guys subscribe, that you tap the notification bell, and that you, what is the other one? Subscribe. Oh, like the video and hype the video if you see that hype button. Okay, all of that helps these messages. We want to get these messages to as many people as we can, so that the people that need to hear them can hear them and can receive guidance and assistance. Okay, so we just want to say, God, thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you, spiritual team, for everything that you're helping us with. We love you, we love you, we love you. All honor, glory, and worship and praise goes to my higher self, your higher self, the divine realm, and the Most High God. So you can consider every single one of these readings as a spiritual upgrade, because that's what they are. It's upgrading your knowledge, it's upgrading your wisdom, it's connecting you with God, and it's basically revealing things about your journey. So we just want to say thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you, and amen. And thank you again, God. I mean, I could say thank you forever to God, because I am just so grateful for my higher self, for being able to guide me through life. Oh my gosh. All right, so by watching my videos, these readings on each platform, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, please be on your best behavior, because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me, anybody in the comment, or anybody in the chat, okay? I'll just remove you from the platform, and I will report you to God and the Holy Spirit. This is not the time. This is not the day and age to be touching the anointed ones and messing with people. All right. So the two books that are linked in the description box below, I feel like why I'm promoting these books. First of all, one of the books I did write, but this other one, I didn't write this book. However, you will see me during the reading use the techniques that come from this book. Okay, this is called The Truth of God. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook. The link to this book is in the description box below. It comes off of Amazon. And I also have linked in, for those of you that are in another country, if you have Kindle is like a form of ebook. I've linked the Kindle ebook link in the description box below, so that people can gain access to this information. Again, you don't have to have a high reading level Like, I know some people just don't like to read, or they think that their reading level is really low. You could be a grade school kid. Again, you should not be a child on my platform, but you could be like a grade school child, and the vernacular in this book is very easy to read. There's not big words. It's not it's not difficult to read, is what I'm trying to say. Not only that, the text, the font is big. So the techniques that come from this book, the first technique I'm going to describe is the God technique. The God technique gives you the ability to rise out of your ego's consciousness. And when I first started doing the God technique, it was like, woo, like a complete elevator ride, just like to get to where God's consciousness is at. Okay. So for me, it felt like it was like, woo, like really, 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 God is so high vibrational. God is unconditional love, joy, compassion, and peace. And everyone and everything's higher self is God. So again, connecting with that energy, it's a timeless energy. It's beautiful energy, and it gives you the ability to see things from a bigger picture. It also gives you the ability to get unstuck from your ego so that you can see things from another angle. And it's extremely powerful because it's what I use anytime I have to rise above anything. The second technique is the joy versus anger technique, which works on clairsentience, which is the gift that everybody has. It's like a gut feeling. If you've ever heard anybody say, oh, I just had a gut feeling about that person or that thing, and then they ended up being right, like almost everybody has clairsentience, just what people decide to use it or not use it for. So the joy versus anger technique gives you the ability to use that clairsentience to ask yes and no questions with your higher self God, so you can get an immediate response back. So you're not having to like say a prayer, wait for a sign, that type of process. This is bypassing that by you creating your own connection to God. Same thing as how Christ would go within and would go to the Father. Again, I don't consider God to be male or female. I consider it to be something beyond what we can perceive. But again, it is all that is positive. So the joy versus anger technique, before I was not asking questions, should I go here? Should I go there? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I be with this person? I was just making reckless choices, and my life was suffering because of the choices that I was making, which I didn't know how to be divinely led. With the joy versus anger technique, now I am more divinely led. I only run into situations that make me feel really uncomfortable. If I forget to ask a question, or if I ask the wrong question, yeah, those are mainly the two things. Like sometimes I just make impulsive choices like I used to, and I don't ask questions. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But it's always better to ask a question that way, because your higher self, God, your higher self knows what's in alignment with higher self God and what's not. Okay. And there's so many, this book is going to teach you how to become clear in your energy, clear in your mind. It helps you. There's even a chapter that helps you gain control over your mind. And then there's the God technique. No, not the God technique. I'm sorry. I already talked about that. There is the mind technique, which gives you the ability to clear the mental and emotional baggage that you're dragging around with you that's manifesting and drawing in and creating the reality that you're experiencing. So the way the human mind works is like we're creating our reality with our thoughts and our beliefs, but we're not doing it with our conscious mind. That's why affirmations are so powerful. We're doing it with our subconscious mind. 97% is with our subconscious. That's the stuff that we don't even know that's in our mind, right? That pull, like a magnet, we pull things into our reality with our thoughts and our beliefs. So why affirmations are so powerful, if you were to use the mind technique and get rid of all of the counteractive beliefs and thoughts that you have that work against what you're trying to affirm, you would find out that what you're affirming will come into manifestation so much faster. The good thing about affirmations is that creating an affirmation, when you've had only the opposite thoughts of that affirmation, it creates a new neural pathway for your brain to start creating and start thinking things that are in alignment with that affirmation. So it's extremely powerful. When you use your regular abilities that you have with the techniques and the truth of God, you become more powerful than any other person that's ever been on the planet. Okay. I'm not saying you'll be able to instantly turn water into wine, but for some of you, you could possibly do that. For some of you, sorry, y'all. Oh, this is black tourmaline. Yeah, this is black tourmaline. Black tourmaline's really good for blocking out evil eye and protecting from harmful EMF rays. That's like one of the best things for. All blessing to you guys as well. So yeah, and then there's the 1 to 10 ratio that you'll see me use from time to time where I'm looking at things on a scale of 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest compatible. And this book will teach you how to come about compatibility. And then the good thing with the joy versus anger technique, like the other psychic that I work with, they are a master at asking good questions. Like they always figure out what question to ask, and where my gifts work a little bit differently. Accompanying them with the techniques from this book is life-changing. And my life continues to get better as each day goes on that I use those techniques. And there's not really any days that I find that I don't have to use the techniques. It's basically a continual process. Okay, so the second book that's in the description box below is Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And this is the book that I've written because I didn't have anyone to teach me to learn to read cards for myself or for others. This is what this book will do. So at the time when King Solomon wrote the Lesser Key of Solomon and the Ars Goetia, Vassago was not, I want to say that Vassago was a spirit that was talked about, but wasn't really like valued as a high value spirit to work with due to the fact because tarot cards at that time had not been invented. Vassago can tell past, present, and future on any subject, and I'll explain how that's done. So while you're a human, so I have the link to this book and then the link to this deck, the original Rider-Waite tarot card deck with the description on the cards. While you're a human, you will experience every single card in the deck. That is how these cards map human consciousness. And that's what Vassago does, is help people with divination, getting answers, and mapping their human life, their human consciousness. Because you'll go through every experience in the deck at one point or another. So you can dissect or you can divide the tarot into 2 sections. The first section is the major arcana cards. The major arcana is the major transitions like the sun, the moon, the star, the emperor, the empress, which are the two highest ranking female and male cards in the deck. So if you become an emperor, that means that you are all of the kings in the deck and the page cards. When you become the empress, you are all of the queen cards in the deck. Like you hold all of those energies. Let's see. So the devil is also a major arcana. The judgment, we'll read from the judgment today, or the last judgment. So this book is designed off of the original. Sorry, I have to just move this, tap this thing up because it's bugging me. Okay. So this book is designed off of the major arcana cards. So it's going to help you to integrate the archetypal energy of the major arcana. And the major arcana is the major transitions that everybody will go through at a certain point in their life. So this book starts off with a prayer to God and the Holy Spirit to protect your reading and so that you get the correct information. It also starts off with an initiation with Vassago if you do choose to, work with Vassago. You don't have to use this book, but like, I would say that in general, because Vassago is such a genius in this realm of learning how to map human consciousness, and the past, present, and future, that he is very good to work with. And he's not volatile, he's not angry, he's not negative, and he's not mean. Okay. So he's very safe to work with. And again, King Solomon worked with the Ars Goetia spirits. Some of them were volatile, but he worked with them with God's presence, like with God being present. This is why this book is designed with God integrated into it. So at every point, it's involving God. And so I use the word spell very loosely because, again, when people think of what spells are, they think of bippity boppity boop or whatever Harry Potter shit is. They think about people doing evil things to others. This book is not designed for anybody to do anything to anyone else but you. This is going to help you progress. So it starts off with a 14 Zodiac tarot card spread where you shuffle the entire original Rider-Waite deck. You pull 2 cards for each of the Zodiac positions. One card will be your south node, where your ego's at. The other card will be your north node, where your destiny's at. And then the psychic spell that goes along with that and the information in the tarot card spread will help you to step into your destiny. And then the spell that goes along with that is to step into one's own destiny. So that's how the book starts. And then it goes into the major arcana cards, having a tarot card spread for each of the major arcana cards. So let's say that like you or a friend that you want to read for is having a love issue. You could go straight to the Lover's tarot card spread, do the Lover's tarot card spread, and then do the Lover's tarot card spell to draw love into your life. And that way you know what you're working on. You know what I mean? So for each of the major arcana cards, there is a tarot card spell that also helps you to integrate the energies of the major arcana cards so that you can basically, it's just a manifestation technique. It's like a prayer. It'll have you do a little ritual, like the Emperor tarot card spell. You'll draw a picture of yourself as the Emperor, how you imagine yourself to be. And I've decoded the different colors of colored pencils and what that means in your drawing. The Temperance spell will help you to manifest with Archangel Michael. Yeah, if you if you want to know about your fortune, I would go to the Wheel of Fortune tarot card spread. So you could either do the tarot card spreads and spells in this book in order, or you could go to whatever theme or whatever situationship that you have going on and then work the book that way. So there's two different ways you can work it. Again, there's no right or wrong way to use this book. You can use the tarot card spreads and spells in this book as many times as you want, and it'll just become stronger and stronger. So we're going to go to the Last Judgment and read a little bit from that. Yeah, the Star tarot card spells to manifest a wish. Okay, so the Last Judgment is the number 20. The answer is no. The zodiac is Libra and Scorpio. Arguments and legal disputes and contractual issues are resolved in your favor. If you have wronged someone, seek reconciliation and peace. Forgive those who have hurt you. Do not judge others by their outside appearance. Find a new career if you have been in a low period. This card signifies a turnaround. This card represents being put up under judgment, either you or somebody else, right? So I think I've read position 1 being Libra. Okay, I'm going to read position 2, the heralding angel with the horn, which is this guy you see on the card blowing the horn. That's Archangel Gabriel. On the Last Judgment tarot card, there is an image of Archangel Gabriel who is blowing the horn of judgment. The heralding angel follows the command from on high, blowing its horn or playing its trumpet to usher in the new era or eon of time. This new eon will be called the Age of Aquarius. As we shift from the Age of Pisces to the Age of Aquarius, a power play of transition of power will occur, and a major shift will be created to balance out the old. In a new sense, the Age of Pisces is dead, and the new Age of Aquarius has come alive. If you pull the Last Judgment tarot card for this position, it may mean that you are at the end of days approaching the moment of judgment. If you pull the Last Judgment tarot card in the reverse, then you will know that God is calling judgment on a person or situation around you that has been causing you injustices. If you pull the Death tarot card for this position, then you will know that whatever judgment or tower that you are facing is now over. If you pull the Lover's tarot card for this position, then you can rest assured that something in your love life is off because it's up under judgment. Remember to use the yes and no answer for each of the tarot cards that you pull for each spot. You can ask a simple question like, am I up under judgment for this position? Then use the yes and no answer for the card that you pull. I am just giving you examples of different ways that you can read the cards and get answers. Okay, so that's just one of the positions. Position 3 is Scorpio. When it comes to judgment, the House of Scorpio will have its say. Be aware that the sting of judgment may be lessened by withdrawing from judging your situation. The scorpion cannot sting if one is aware of its presence. In what way do your thoughts and beliefs bring about judgment in your life? If there is someone who is speaking ill on your name, who is making false accusations against you, or who is creating a smear campaign about you, you will pull the 7 of Swords in the reverse. If you pull the Death tarot card, then it could tell you that your words can sting like a scorpion. If you pull the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, it indicates that gossip and slander about you circulates. If you pull the Star tarot card for this position, it could reveal to you that someone is very jealous of your beauty and that you are dealing with the evil eye curse. Take the appropriate measures to ensure that you clear up any negativity that is in your life. Meditations, spiritual baths, herbal teas, crystals, sage, and Palo Santo, grounding techniques, nature walks, prayer, salt, and vinegar, hand scrubs, Florida water, and working with floral essences along with essential oils are all different things and ways that you can cleanse yourself and your environment. Okay, and it keeps going on and on with the different card positions, but you guys get the gist of how this works. The Last Judgment Tarot card spells to bring about a change of position. I invoke, draw, and evoke, draw out the Most High God Source and the Archangel Gabriel into my soul and my life and the whole of my life to bring about a righteous last judgment so that I may transition into the truth of who I am for the new aeon of Aquarius. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for guiding my mind and my heart to the Most High God, source of all things. All praise and glory be to you, God of my heart. I pray to the Most High God for justice and righteous judgment on all known and unknown, seen and unseen, treacherous energies that seek to ruin my soul. I call for the last judgment and for Archangel Gabriel to blow his trumpet on those who are trying to harm me or my family. I ask that the Most High God and the Holy Spirit help me to cleanse and clear my energy of all abuse of power and obstruction of justice. I give permission for the last judgment to be called on my behalf so that an end can be brought to those who are stalking, harassing, or stealing from my life. Furthermore, I rebuke all lower vibrational energies being sent to me from hidden enemies. Defend me, O Lord God, against the wicked ones who haunt my life, and call for the last final judgment and for justice on all of this strife. Amen. So that's like the part of the manifestation technique. So in the back of the book, there's a compendium of knowledge that I have created for what it could mean when you have more than one of the major arcana cards coming out next to each other. So the Last Judgment, I'll read a little bit from that, which is in the back here. But yeah, if you were to get more than one of the major arcana cards coming out together, I would look them up both individually in the back of the book and see what it says. And that way, and then use your discernment off of that. Okay, so the Last Judgment card shows a final result to an ongoing issue. It represents Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet / horn and calling judgment on your enemies, their plans for you and the ones that you love. Forgive those who have hurt you and forgive yourself for past mistakes. Move on with your life from a person or situation. If you have wronged someone, apologize and seek reconciliation. You may need to find a new career path. If you are involved in any legal disputes, they will be resolved in your favor. Court cases end with you being on top. Contractual issues, either physical or spiritual, are resolved in your favor. A cord cutting and releasing is needed with this situation. Move in silence. Plan a way to resolve disputes and arguments. Do not fight with others. Follow all laws. Do the right thing. Pray without ceasing. When you see the Last Judgment, it means that there is a major turnaround in every way. If you pull the Last Judgment card in the reverse, it shows you that someone is bad talking you. They are angry, vengeful, spiteful, insidious, vindictive, manipulative, childish, immoral, foolish, and stupid. When you see the Last Judgment card in the reverse, it shows you that you're dealing with someone who is creating a major disturbance in your life. Or you could be dealing with more than one someone. But yeah, they're creating a disturbance. Okay. You may, if you were to pull it in the reverse, it could say that you may lose a court case and have broken laws. The person that you're dealing with could be a criminal. The Last Judgment card shows you that the person in question is untrustworthy and undependable. Their reputation is ruined due to the underhanded methods of dealing with things. One thing needs to recognize the part that one played in their own failure. Submit to the will of God. There is a target on your back for negative karma. People can access your energy with divination or slander. Gossip about you circulates. Your private information may be compromised. The death that has come your way is being reversed. You will get caught and you'll be arrested. If you were to see the Last Judgment in the reverse, I would be like, stop. And then it keeps just going on and on, you guys, with the different card combinations. But check this book out. The link to it's in the description box below. It's Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And also I have a link to the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which is this deck right here. That's also in the description box below. Okay. And so we're going to work today with two different decks. We're going to start with the Soul's Journey cards. So yeah, you guys have the power My message for you guys is that you guys have the power. If you could like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps this platform. It helps me. It helps this platform. And it is so appreciative, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for loving God, and thank you for loving yourselves. Okay, I really appreciate you guys so much. All right, so we're going to see what comes through with the soul's journey, but I get that you guys are tapping into your own power, and you're very powerful people. You know, the thing is that your power may shock some people. There may be people that are very uncomfortable with you being in a position of power. However, that doesn't change the fact that you are still going to be in a position of power. Whether it makes someone uncomfortable or not is basically beyond. There's no point to even thinking about it, especially when you know that you have people that are trying to, use underhanded methods or backdoor you or try to keep you from receiving what God has for you. There's no person on this planet that's ever going to be able to override your personal power over your life. No one else, everyone's higher self is God, but I am not your God. You're not my God. You can be God for yourself and create in your own reality and tap in with your higher self, which is God. But nobody else is going to play God in your life. And they just need to become okay with that, right? Like people that are basically powerless, they just need to become okay with having no power in somebody else's life. It's not meant to. If it was meant to be for this person to be your God, then everything that they would have tried to already speak over you would have happened. Surrender. You're being told to surrender to your higher self, to your higher will. I feel like some of you just need to surrender a relationship with someone that doesn't mean you any good. You could be dealing with a very self-centered, greedy person, which again, is that your fault? No, but it is going to teach you how to deal with greedy, self-centered people because they do exist. It says, I can release my need to control. You don't need to control the outcome of every situation. Just know that you already do with you standing in your power. Humor in the reverse. So the universe does not think whatever this person's doing to you is funny. And maybe you have had a very hard time laughing at certain things because they've gotten under your skin. I can totally relate to that, and I understand what that feels like. But the more that we can look at life through the lens of humor, the more healing that we will have when it comes to our heart and when it comes to our wholeness. Because sometimes things are just so people just while out so much sometimes that all we can do is laugh and just move forward and try to do our best. I do get that. You're being called to surrender to your higher self, your higher power, God, because the universe does not think it's funny. Whatever this person is trying to do to you, the universe is not laughing about it. Okay. Balance. You're coming into a state where you can balance between your mind and your heart. And I also feel like, you having balance is destroying somebody else's attack. It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So you're creating balance without, calling down death and hellfire on people. And I feel like you should have every right to use your own power in your own life to create justice for yourself and peace. And in the future, you may not be able to look at it through a lens of humor now, but truly these people are pathetic. And in the future, you will be able to laugh at it. You'll be able to laugh at yourself for being so getting it under your skin. And you'll also be able to laugh about the experience. And again, do not think that I think I'm perfect. I do not think I'm perfect. I don't think anybody's perfect, but I do know that God is perfect. It's perfection. And the more that we adopt the traits of our higher self, the more we grow in the fullness of God, the more we will be that unconditional love, joy, and peace and compassion for ourselves and for other people, so that we can be an example for other people to love themselves as well. You could have been dealing with loneliness on some level. I don't get that you guys are actually ever alone. You always have spirit with you. You always have spirit guides around you. I mean, I see one over there. You always have them around you, and they just want you to know, it's all good. We know what's going on. The spiritual realm is not stupid. The universe is not dumb. Okay. They already know what's going on. It says, I know that I am never alone. And look, if you're regretting something, I feel like you should release that. Don't regret any choice that you made in your past because it's helped you become who you are today. Like, I wish I would have came across the truth of God and that knowledge a long time ago, but I'm okay with going through the shit that I went through and getting to where I'm at. I know that everything is a process. So I'm becoming more accepting and less of the energy of regret. It says, I know that I cannot change the past. Also, there could be somebody that is straight up lonely right now, depressed, and they could be regretting letting go of you, walking away from you, betraying you, cheating on you, whatever. Like, whatever it is that they did. They're like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Like, this is why I feel like life requires people to have more thought than just random actions. That's why the truth of God is so powerful, so that you can start creating actions and following divine guidance. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to ever feel like, oh, my time was wasted in life. Oh, I didn't get my chance to be who I wanted to be. Oh, you know what I mean? So you don't want to live a life of regret. That's sad. And I don't feel like you guys do regret anything. It's like just knowing that you had to go through certain things to be who you are today so that you can help other people who are going through similar things. Envy. Somebody does envy you because they don't like that you are in your power. It says, I'm the same as everybody else, just with different challenges. This is why I don't have envy towards people. No matter what it looks like on the outside, I can see with my abilities what they're going through. And not that I spy on people like that, but I just know damn well enough already not to be envious of others because I would not want to go through the things that they're going through. I'd rather learn my own lessons and then, be okay with that. You've got somebody living in regret, feeling lonely, feeling like they threw away a diamond in the rough. Okay. I'm serious. You have somebody feeling like straight up like, damn, I really effed up. That's how they're feeling. That's what their energy is showing up as. And the thing is that, yeah, they made a mistake with you. Yeah, they did you wrong. They did you dirty. They lied to you. They cheated on you. They did not listen to you. They did not acknowledge you as a living being. They did not respect you. But they're not having to answer to you. These people have to answer to your spiritual team, to your ancestors. For every tear that you cried because at the hands of these people, that is a lamentation to your ancestors. These people have to pay that back. And this is why they are in regret, because it's not because, oh, I lost that person and I'm sorry. It's because, oh, I am now getting my shit. I'm getting exactly what I gave to that person spewed back at me from every person around me. And this is why these people know that they're up under judgment for something. And they're most likely associating it with you, even though you're not directly judging them. Relationships, because this was a failed relationship. Well, this person failed you, point blank, period. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay, let's get a couple more of these cards, then we'll go in with the tarot. But yeah. Happiness. See? Like, you could have been happy in a relationship and they wanted something more, or vice versa. They could have been, happy and you wanted something more. Either way, the envy is what caused the relationship to go to shit. It's the lying, cheating, stealing, and envy. And lying, cheating, stealing, and envy mainly is what caused this relationship to go down. And denial. Okay, because this person is in denial about this relationship being over, about you moving on, about you being free and unencumbered. This person acts like they don't care about you, but their heart stings. Like they feel very hurt. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Forgiveness. This person is going to ask for your forgiveness. In their mind, forgiveness equals you allowing them back in. You can forgive somebody, but I would not be accepting bum behavior. There are some things that just like when you're dealing with envious people, you cannot change that within them. You can change whatever was within you that drew that person in, but you can't change the way that they feel about you. Even thinking that you can is on the borderline of being delusional. You can't make this person not be envious towards you. All you can do is love yourself and be like, okay, I forgive them for they know not what they're doing. They're not completely aware of themselves. But at the same time, I'm not going to put up with bum behavior. Doubt. Do not doubt yourself or your power at this time. Somebody wants you to renege on a decision that you made to go with your higher self and go with the flow of life. Somebody wants you to like completely undo everything that's in natural alignment and renege on whatever you said to them, whatever this word no was that you gave them. And they want you to doubt your decision and think that you made a mistake walking away from somebody who is straight up abusive and neglectful and envious. You didn't make a mistake. Service. See, you're here for a bigger reason, a higher purpose. You're here to be of service to other people and to yourself. I feel good when I can help others. This person wants you to doubt that. They want you to believe that you're only here to service them. Okay. No, this person has completely missed the mark. They forgot about God. What about God? Okay. You're here to work for God, literally, in your life. Trust. And it does require an element of trust to do so. And you can't trust this person. Anybody that's envious towards you, you can't trust them. Those people are not the people that you can put your undying trust into. Anybody that is envious cannot be trusted. Not now, not in the future, not in the past. Okay. So if you were thinking, did they cheat on me? Yes, this is a confirmation. Did they lie to me? Yes, this is a confirmation. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And then empathy. This is part of your superpower. You being empathic. See, this person believes that because you're empathic, that you'll just be like, oh, I forgive them and accept them back. But you are not in this, like, what do I want to call it? Like beaten wife syndrome, where you just continually allow somebody to use you as a punching bag and then just, because you're an empathic person. I really do think that some people believe that because you're gifted and because I'm gifted, that we have to be kind and compassionate. We have to, like, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to use our gifts and abilities to help anybody else if we don't want to. They are given to us for us to use for ourselves to get past whatever it is that's going on. It says, I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. Don't let people guilt trip you. Oh, you're a light worker. You must answer my question for free. You must help me. You must take time out of your life and sacrifice your peace and deal with my trauma. That is a narcissist or a psychic vampire at its best, trying to use guilt because God gave you a gift and they don't feel like they have one to make you, succumb or give to them. No. Okay, this is why you can't doubt yourself, and don't doubt the decisions that you make. When you defend yourself, know that this person put you in a position to where you had to defend yourself, and you're lucky that it worked out in a way that you were not completely, totally, and utterly destroyed. Because if this person would have had their way, that's what they wanted you to feel, utterly destroyed without them. Like they wanted to be your God, and because you don't look at them like they're your God, they feel like that's wrong. Oh, well. And if you're getting free from a tradition that tells you that, oh, you can't get into heaven without a husband or a wife, or you can't, whatever these beliefs are, okay, your belief system is what will determine what happens to you after this life, not anything else. If that's what you want to believe, you'll be bound with the rest of those people to some type of situation, right? But if you know who you are as God and you die, when you transition and you know who you are, you will send yourself a very beautiful place, okay? You won't be feeling all this guilt and stuff because, again, when you know who you are as God, it changes your life. You transition in a way to the point where your ego like integrates with God's consciousness. And then that part of you that seemed so little, that was that lower self, dissipates. And then you become more of the fullness of who you are, which is unconditional love, compassion, joy, and peace, all mixed together with some other good energies. Okay. And that's my personal experience. I've had many lifetimes where I've been a teacher, a healer, oracle, a prophet, and a leader. And this lifetime, I feel like, delivering messages feels the easiest for me. It feels the best. And sharing my own unique perspective on things, I do feel like it's going to help people. But do I feel like I am the answer to everyone's stuff? No, I think that I can point you in the right direction with going within is the answer. But again, like this person, they want to be your God. They want to be the answer to every problem that you've ever had. And it's like they're not, you are. You're the question, you're the answer as well. It's all within you. You have everything that you need on the inside of you already. You don't need to go on the outside for anything. Page of Wands. You could have been very talented and skilled and powerful since you were a child. A very powerful manifester and creator. Also, you could be passing this along down to your children. Oh, make sure you guys subscribe to the platform, please, and thank you, and like the video. It greatly helps. But yeah, you guys are also realizing something about your bloodline that makes you a bit different than other people, and it's okay to be different, okay? This extra, like, I want to say, when I look at people's DNA, when I look at your guys' DNA, I see that the junk part of the DNA, which science doesn't know what it is, so they just call it junk, but it's not actually junk. I see that part of your DNA is activated, and this is like something that goes through your bloodline. So I feel like you guys are chosen for a reason to do and to be of importance. Your words matter. Your thoughts matter. They are important. Pay attention to them. The good thing about the imagination is that we can experiment with our thoughts in our imagination and before they manifest in the physical world. So that way we can find out what feels good and what doesn't. Temperance, Archangel Michael. You have been protected your entire life. You're probably connected to Archangel Michael through genetically connected. I also get that if you guys were worried about your children not being safe, your children are safe. They are protected. They are divine. What else do we need to know about this situation for the collective and their power? You standing in your power is causing somebody else to doubt themselves, and that's okay. They need to look within. Doubting themselves is okay for them because they need to look within. Once they do, they'll find out that, they are not what they thought they were. Strength. You have more power than this person because you are in alignment with God. It is God's light. You know why people fear you like they feared Jesus? People truly used to fear Jesus. They really did. They fear because you represent the same thing that Christ consciousness does. You represent a higher way of living, a higher consciousness, and unconditional love, joy, compassion, and peace. You represent what the Buddha represents. You represent what Ra represents, power, raw power. And that's what these people fear because they know that you are so much stronger than them and that no matter what they try to throw at you, you'll make it through. But these people know damn well that they won't be able to get past whatever they cause themselves to go through. They know that. Six of Wands. You're getting recognized, coming up in the spotlight, being known, and you will be known, okay, for who you truly are. There will be people that judge you. There will be people that don't like it. There will be people that want to fight against it. But I can guarantee that's all that's going to happen is them wanting to do something. Are they actually going to be able to fight against you? Fear and negativity, evil cannot fight against good because good is more powerful. It's a higher vibration. It's in alignment. The negativity, the negative stuff is not in alignment with the universe, with God. The universe is, people think that it's negative, but it's really not. It's intellectually intelligent. So is God. God is smart. God is the energy that's a timeless energy. It's not a person sitting in a throne. It's not the picture that they painted for us. However, you can make you can make your connection with God stronger just by going within and focusing on it. Like that's literally all you have to do is focus on the part of you that's divine. And you will not ever get any judgment coming from that. Because look, you guys have the natural skills and abilities. And this is why people are so envious, because they feel like you have an inheritance and a blessing that they don't have access to. And maybe that is so, but doesn't mean in the future that this person can't gain access if they have the right intentions. They just won't ever gain access to your talents and abilities, your shine. That's you. The light of God is within you. You light up the world. You're here to spread compassion, love, joy, and peace to others in many different ways. You're also here to learn and to teach other people how to, live their life in alignment. And this is you being selfless. You dedicating yourself to yourself is not selfish. That's selfless. That's making sure that you can be in a position of power so that when other people come towards you needing assistance, that you can help them, whether it's a friend, a family member, acquaintance, a work colleague. Even the people that don't like you are going to be inspired by you to do better. So it's okay. 8 of Wands. You're dealing with somebody that's at a crossroad that doesn't know what to do. They're confused as to why you still have the power, why you are. Oh, thank you, you guys. Thank you for being so kind. Yeah, they're confused as to why you still hold the power. They don't understand that you were born with this power. You didn't just one day wake up with it. This is something that you've had all along. 9 of Wands. And these people are getting prepared to be assaulted because they know what they sent out. They're not confused about what they sent out. They know that they sent out not nice energy. So they should not be surprised when it comes back. Wow, the neighbors have fireworks, dog barking. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, that's so funny. Sometimes when the fireworks go off, I've had that happen before. I'm like, what the hell? This totally fireworks. So look, these people are surrounded by trouble. They're going to ask for your assistance, but I don't think you can help them out of whatever this is. I don't think that it's your job to, I should say that. The Emperor. You're over here living your life for yourself, standing in your own power. Forget the fact that this person looks old. You have mastered something. You could also have drawn in a divine masculine that's here to protect you. I feel like anybody that wants to try to get past your protection, those people are going to suffer greatly for that. 2 of Wands. Because you're over here creating a better future, dreaming of a new world. You're not allowing these past limitations to block you or stop you from anything. For what purpose? Allow somebody to block you for what? I get that you guys are so in alignment that you know what I'm talking about. You know that this new project, this new idea, that it's going to be, life-changing for other people. That's probably the best feeling, being of service. 9 of Swords. Yes, this other person who is envious, who sends the evil eye consistently, is upset. They also want to know where you're located. Don't tell these people where you live, okay? It's not their business. I mean, seriously. It's really not. I also get that these people are depressed. You don't need to be spending your time around people who are mainly depressed and hardly ever happy. That's kind of like putting yourself in a situation to where you're going to have to dumb down your consciousness and your vibration for somebody else. I think that you should, be the person that's leading humanity to their highest and best good, not away from it. And you're dealing with somebody who has got lots of burdens. They have a lot of problems, a lot of unhealed trauma. They have a lot of inner wounds. They have a lot of rejection and a lot of hatred and a lot of envy and a lot of sloth, a lot of laziness. This person will never do the shadow work. They don't want to go within, and they don't want to have to do anything other than what they've already been doing. You stay away from everyone. It's just God and you. Exactly. King of Swords. Because this person, they're about to be judged by this King of Swords. They know this. Interesting. I get that this is somebody in the spiritual realm. It could also be somebody in the physical realm, but I get that literally, these people are about to be judged by somebody who can actually judge them. Wow. Who's like a trained judge. I should say they've gone through education, schooling, training, and then they've had experiences or even years and years of experience. So if this person was doing anything illegal, they just want your forgiveness because they equate you forgiving them and forgetting what they've done. They equate that to the courts, the law, the physical world, the spiritual world forgiving them. These people need to understand this, that what they send out, they will get back. What they do to others will happen to them. What they try to do to an innocent person, they will be prosecuted for. It doesn't matter if you forgive them or not. Your ancestors will not let this go. Okay. Like whatever they did to you or tried to do, it could have set you back years. It could have put you into a psychosis. It could have given you brain damage for some of you. It could have literally blocked you for a long time. Like, I feel like things like that are done repeatedly by people who are just being, in their south node, in their ego. I feel like that stuff is the hardest to forgive because there was so many opportunities for these people to stop what they were doing. But because they decided that you needed to be the target and the one that was punished, they would not stop. And then, they feel like you should just forgive them because you're a light worker. Yes, you're a light worker. You serve the light. That doesn't mean that you're going to have compassion for whatever this shit is. It's like, people just need to understand that when you do so much wrong to somebody else, it's going to take time for that person to be able to process what was done to them. And then in some future moment, they may be able to forgive, right? But this person demanding or saying that you need to forgive them now, I'm sorry, but no. There has to be a natural process of healing and reassessing things. And you could forgive these people. Like when Erica Kirk is like, oh, I forgive that man. Bullshit. She is such a fucking liar. Like, I'm so sick of seeing her dumb ass fucking face being such a fake ass fucking liar. I'm sorry, but I'm so sick of her. And I just want her to be taken out of my feed because she's fake. And whatever I think that she should be questioned as a suspect, but I think that there's a bigger collaboration going on that was going on behind Charlie's back and she was part of it. I really do feel that. But like literally, oh, I forgive that person. I'm sorry, but if I was married to somebody and they were unalived, do you think in the same day I would be saying, oh, I forgive that person? No, I would be like, I'm going to get this person. I'm going to get them before the fucking cops do. I'll figure out how to get them before the police do. Okay, so I can enact justice. But anyways, like there's always something more to just what these people say. This is why they're being judged. Like literally, somebody had to come in and assess. And this person, they want you swimming around in the mud with them, clawing your way out of the bottom of the barrel with them. This person wants you where they're at. They want you to self-sacrifice. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please and thank you. They want you to literally lower your vibration for them. For what? So that they can take advantage of you again. It's not happening. These people are about to lose something that they cared about, and it's not you. They did not care about you. Queen of Pentacles. They know that they're losing somebody that was abundant, somebody that was truthful, somebody that was a real ride or die person. You would have had these people's back had they not betrayed you so intimately. You would have probably had these people's backs. And your input does matter when it comes to the divine realm. These people, they have put so much bullshit into the ethers that now the divine realm can't take anything that they say seriously. And so whatever they do and say, it does not really matter because the divine realm is not going to back it. And this is why these people are depressed, because they know that they've lost the respect of their higher self. And when they're not trusted, that's when a judgment comes in, when they can't be trusted, because it's enough of the abuse of power. This person was trying to make you miserable. They wanted you depressed. They wanted you sad. They wanted you crying about them. And you could have been, but you're not going to anymore. You're not going to dumb yourself down, and you're not going to allow, like, literally, you're not going to allow these people to make you upset. Ace of Pentacles. Because all they want to do is get their hands on this. I mean, they probably want sex as well, but they want this. They want the money that comes from God, you know, the resources that the divine brings. That's what these people want. They want children. Disgusting. These people could be judged for what they were doing to children. I get that this person was born a greedy person. They were born a selfish person. They were born somebody who doesn't have that has the emotional capability of a fucking pig, literally, some type of barn animal. This person, I probably think the barn animals are kinder than this person. I also get that the only reason that they're so upset is because they don't get to have a say in your life anymore. They don't get to tell you who you are, what to do, what to think, where to go, who to love, what to say. They're not relevant. They don't have a say anymore. They don't dictate anything. If these people tried to, if anybody tried to sacrifice you when you were a child, it's blowing up in their face now. Like, they could have gotten the sign that it worked, but it never worked. Like, seriously, you could have had to go through many hardships because of this, but I can guarantee that it never worked. Not in the way that it worked on other children, because you have the shining, you have the shine, you have the gift. The hangman, this is what I'm talking about, the sacrifice, the sacrificing of children. Like, I'm serious. If they tried to do that to you, you're the one that got free. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. I would really appreciate it, and it helps this platform so much. Yes, your essence. Exactly. Exactly. Wow. The Queen of Wands. This is who you're dealing with. Queen of Wands. Somebody that thinks that they're better than you. This is somebody that has no problem sacrificing their own children or anybody else's to the devil. I can tell you that. You've definitely had to defend yourself. You've had to defend this work that you do on the planet, and this work that you do for others. You've had to defend this work that you do. Why? Because this person has decided to make it their personal mission to destroy you. And, you know, that's why they're getting judged. They wanted to take a lover from you, take a calling from you, take an ability from you, take access from you. And this person is being shown that they are not in a position of power to do anything. And they're broken. The Tower, because they abuse their power. They're in the Tower. This Queen of Wands witch knows this. They know that they don't have any type of power that surpasses the power of God within you. They don't outrank you in the spirit, and they're not more powerful than you are in the spirit. This person wanted to come up against you and challenge your authority. They even wanted to sacrifice children to get the blessings that you have. And why are they doing all this extra shit? Why don't they just go to God and ask for it? And if God says no, if the divine realm says no, that blessing is not for them, why do they feel the need to go against the divine and try to create it anyways? That's crazy to me. I don't want things that are not for my highest and best good. And if these people can't be trusted, then they can't be trusted. That's not your fault, though. You just have to understand and give yourself some grace and mercy, because these people are not going to ever show you grace and mercy. They want to see you strung up, hung up, and whatever else, whatever other violent things that they want. And this Queen of Wands is about to get seriously put in their place. They wanted to be the leader, but you're meant to be the leader. Nobody's going to follow this Queen of Wands. They're not going anywhere good. They're going to hell. Anybody that follows this person is going to go straight to hell with them. This person's own children don't even like them and doesn't want to follow them. That's crazy. King of Pentacles, because this Queen of Wands person sold out. They sold themselves. They sold themselves, a part of themselves at least. The part that they could sell, that they did have free will, conscious ownership of, they sold it already to the devil. Okay? They sold themselves. This is all because of the work that you do. This person literally sold themselves to the devil because of what you do for work. Oh my God, you guys, look, the devil. I'm not even joking. They made a pact with Satan. This Queen of Wands did, to sacrifice children. Now they're up under judgment, being judged by somebody who actually has morals, and you're gaining access to the world, which means your work is impacting the world, and it's going to make this world a better place. Yeah. The devil can't compete with that. I also get that, like, you guys have figured something about how, you know, how things are working, and you know that when you go within, you can create peace. That even if there's chaos on the outside of you, you going within is going to create the peace. Death. Oh my gosh, this person, they sold them. That's so bad. That card combination, the King of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Death, that is not good. That's not good. That's no bueno for this Queen of Wands person. I feel like they should be very concerned about this deal that they made with El Diablo. I'm serious. They should be very concerned about that. Because it's going to bring about a death in their life, not in yours. I don't think that this ending is for you. I think it's for them. I also feel like, you know, you guys could have just overcome something that was major, like a health issue. It could have been, you know, depression. It could have been many different things that you've overcome, that you've had to overcome to keep moving forward. Seven of Pentacles. This person's going to be sitting around for a long time waiting for things to turn out in their favor. I think that that's kind of funny because the King of Pentacles, that's selling your soul to the devil, the actual devil, and the death. Those cards, no bueno. This person's going to be waiting for some type of transition to happen or some type of ritual to go through. And when it doesn't go through, they're going to get really angry at you. They're going to be really upset. I just want you guys to know that, like, just to be prepared for it, not to be afraid, because again, you're more powerful. Love is more powerful than fear. But just know that this person, they want to be you so bad that they literally made a deal to sell themselves to the devil. Well, like I said, the part of themselves that they own, their free will part. The rest of them, they don't own that. God does. But they wanted to sell themselves for worldly, earthly pleasures that you have naturally, that you have gained from spirit. Like, that's how bad they wanted to be you. So, you know, this person wants you to feel so shitty about yourself and think that you're ugly and just not capable. And that is not the truth. This Queen of Wands is so insecure. They look at you and they're like, that's how I want to be. That's how I want to be viewed. That's who I want to be. That's who I want to be connected to. And they can't be connected to you anymore. Because this person would just steal. If you got a man, they would try to steal your man. If you got a job, they would try to steal that. And if you have somebody ever in your life, like, this is just wisdom for the future. Joke's on them, exactly. If you ever had anybody in your life, like, that the moment that they came into your life and you started telling them about your dreams, if your dreams start happening for them, that is a sign of a destiny thief. Okay. People need to understand and respect other people's boundaries. If you put a boundary up saying, like, don't move forward, don't pass go, you know, don't do this, don't do that. You have every right to put up a boundary. Nobody's going to make you wrong for making a boundary with them. If they're so out of line that you have to create extra boundaries, that goes to show about their character, not yours. This person wants you living in doubt and living in confusion. And that is not your energy. Your energy is clarity and peace. Your energy is getting a new job, starting a new company, moving forward, getting a new home, getting a new place to live. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. King of Wands. You don't want this person that's with this Queen of Wands. You don't want these people. These people are sitting around legit, like right now, waiting for their sacrifice to the devil to go through. That is crazy to me. There could be multiple rappers right now. Like I'm getting like 3 masculine ones and 2 feminine ones that are waiting for these rituals, or maybe they're in the music industry, but they're waiting for these rituals that they did to take your raw talent and power away from you and give it to them. That is pathetic. Also, if you're a female, you have a king of wands that wants to be with you. You don't want this person, but I guess what you want doesn't matter because these people are so afraid of you getting with the king of wands. That's why they feel that they need to try to separate you. You have no problem being separated from this person that you want nothing to do with. This person could be like, oh, I miss their cooking. I miss their sex. I miss their comfort. I miss their luxury. I miss their abundant energy. Yeah, I bet that they do. They miss being protected with your protection too. They really do. You'll be protected no matter where you go on the planet because you are very, very important and you're always being watched over. These people, they think that nothing is ever watching them. That's crazy. Something is always watching these people. There are angels that only have eyeballs and nothing else to them. Like, how can this person think that nothing is watching over them? And when it comes to you, it causes, when other people come at you, it causes them to be watched. And they need to understand that if they're involving themselves with you, they are going to be monitored and watched because you're here to do something bigger than whatever it is that they have planned with the devil. And God and the Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael is going to make sure that you're able to do that at any cost. And if it comes at the cost of these people losing, then so be it. That's what it's going to be, these people losing. Because again, they shouldn't have been sacrificing no children to the devil for any type of monetary success. If they don't have talent and they have to go try to bother Lucifer or some other, whatever the fuck it is that they work with, I don't care. Because I don't really know, but I'm just throwing names out there. Baal, Moloch, whatever it is, those are usually who you sacrifice children to. If they have to do shit like that, then they don't really have any type of talent or power, okay? Because they're having to do a sacrifice. And they think that in this new age of Aquarius that you can just sacrifice anybody whenever you get ready. No, you cannot. There are some people that cannot be touched. And these people are learning about that, but it's an abstract concept to them because they thought the devil was the most powerful in this physical world. 8 of Cups. The devil still follows what God is commanding in a way that, like, the devil can't do anything that God won't allow it to do. And that's why a lot of you guys cannot be directly affected by lower vibrational energies. They have to manipulate the people that are lower vibrational around you. These people have to walk away dissatisfied. They have to leave their current job, leave their current relationship, leave their current situationship with the devil, because it's only going to bring about death, an ending to their financial prosperity, and it's going to be a complete reversal that they go through. 8 of Swords, with them being imprisoned and literally spiritually put in jail. These people are being blocked. They also, if they committed any type of crime legally, actually sacrificing a person, they're going to have to answer for that. And not in no future lifetime. It's called right now. They have to answer for it. They may not like that, but it is what it is. Determined to sacrifice you. Yeah, but they're in for a surprise. Exactly. Exactly. Something's glitching in someone's reality. Exactly. 2 of Pentacles. Look, you guys are getting good messages. You're getting messages from the courts, from, you know, from other people, through the email. You're getting confirmations. You guys are getting messages in the dream state. You're getting messages. These people don't receive messages. If they did, they'd have been warned about what's happening or what's going to happen because of what they tried to do. Or not what they tried to do, what they actually did. These people actually did hurt children. And that's probably the biggest abomination, I think, that to this planet. I think that people that do that should seriously, they need to just disappear. They need to find a way to go away. Find a way to go away. But, you know, they're so broke. These people can't do anything. And they're so broken without you. They can't do anything without your energy. This is pathetic. 10 of Cups. This is what you have, a happily ever after. These people are truly sad and pathetic. They cannot do anything without your energy. Think of that. Like, these people can't do anything. They can't get anything to go right in their life without your energy. You know what I mean? 5 of Wands, because they're over here competing for your time, your energy, and your resources when there is no competition. Like I said, these people will be imprisoned in the spirit. They're not going to be able to do whatever this is that they did already. Yeah, this is like secret opposition to their plans. They should have just not said yes to selling themselves to the devil and selling others. They should have never done that. Their life would have worked out just fine. Like, I'm serious, their life would have been okay. But since they decided to go down this route, I don't know what to tell them. What did they expect? Please don't spam the chat with your question, you guys. We are working, make sure you subscribe. We're working to getting to, well, it's the channel's being up under review. Once it's done being up under review and it gets approved for monetization, then I can accept super chats. But on my other platform, I can accept super chats. I did have the PayPal and Cash App link in the description box below, but I had people that were cursing and hexing it. So I removed those payment details and people weren't using those anyways. So I feel like, it's not really hurting me to remove those details so that people can't have a target to send their bullshit to. Queen of Cups. Because I'm the type of person, I am powerful enough to, once it is sent, I can immediately undo it and reverse it. And then I will set other deities and other angels and God itself to be watching that person and what they're doing so that it's never done again. Like, literally, I make sure that a stop is put to it. So you just have to understand that your loving, perfect nature is causing you to be seen as a nurturer and somebody who is kind and compassionate, somebody who can be trusted and respected. They can't compete with that. These people are not good people. How can somebody who doesn't even have a soul, who sold themselves physically to the devil, how can they compete with somebody that is of God? Like, it's just not going to happen. Justice. Because you're here to bring justice for all of the people that didn't get their justice. You know what I mean? Literally. You're getting justice for the people that can't get justice for themselves. But yeah, I literally get that these people were trying to agitate you to get you to like, it's like they think that you're some type of fucking piñata that they can beat up or shake and all of your blessings will come spilling out so that they can pick them up, and divide them amongst one another. That is crazy to me. How that they can think of you not even as an object and not even as a person. That is really sad. This is why these people are not winning. They're going to have to give up whatever this is. Whatever this is that they falsified, that they have, that they shouldn't have, they just need to give it up, because it doesn't belong to them. And not only that, they're not going to be able to get out of, prison here with the 8 of Swords. They're not going to be able to just escape having any type of consequence. These people are going to be, upset in the times to come because it's no longer, please do not spam the chat with your questions, you guys. Like I said, we're working to getting, if you want to contribute, subscribe to the channel. We're working to getting to, getting the channel monetized, which it takes, it's like a 30-day process. Okay. But if you keep spamming the chat, I will just block you from the channel. And it's not that I don't want to hear your questions. It's just, there has to be an equal exchange of energy for me to take my time off of the collective and focus on any individual. And that equal exchange of energy is a $20 super chat. Okay. And on my other platform, Astraea Love, ASTRAEA in the description box below, I can accept super chats. So that would be the platform to ask questions on until we get this one not modified, monetized. Until we get it monetized, which we're at the threshold. It's just, YouTube takes a, however long they're going to take to go through my content and see if it's worth being viewed or if it's okay or whatever. Which I would think that they would monetize everybody's channel because that's more money for them. But, you know, the Hermit, you guys have gone within. You guys have gone within. You found this inner light. You're sharing this light with others. You're showing people that if they go within, they can find the answers too. I love that. The reason that you isolated yourself from these people, wow, really, with all those cards? Oh my God. Yeah, the Hermit and the Lovers, you guys have a love union that is coming in that you could have to isolate from people to protect it. You know what I mean? To receive justice. This Five of Pentacles in the reverse, these people, okay, I'm going to explain their situation. So they have sacrificed a part of themselves to the devil. They're sitting around waiting for some type of talent, some type of, you know, woo-woo mystical thing that's probably not real to come and happen to them. And they're expecting to see you fall and them rise. That's the whole point of confirmation. That's the whole point of sacrificing others. That's what they're waiting and wanting to see. However, what they're experiencing is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. It says a break in downward spiral of events. New job, but it isn't permanent. Again, these people are in temporary situations. Money affairs regain some balance only after serious problems. Temporary financial gain to only lose it again. Like I said, these people will gain a little bit and then they'll lose it because they sacrifice themselves to the devil, and the devil's a liar and a cheat and is never going to do right by anybody. Friends may be insincere. Family and friends have helped all they can. Someone who is in a similar situation will offer assistance. These people need to find, they're friends with their competitors. They need to find somebody who can deal with this type of shit. I would never help these people out of whatever they've gotten themselves into. I'm serious. I could, but I'm not going to. The Moon in the reverse. These people, why I say that they're trying to literally, you know, get talent, spiritual talent given to them so that because this is why, because of the Moon in the reverse. These people have creativity and imagination are accompanied by dark moods and the devil, okay, and depression, possible creative block, failed examination or test. These people will be tested and they did fail already. Trust others' opinions, follow their advice, and learn from their experiences. Inability to study or learn, take a break from education. Oh my goodness, you guys. Then we have the Fool in the reverse. Dude, it just gets worse for these people. They're very childlike in some ways and still have much to learn. Worry and fear blocks positive action for them. Don't submit to others' rules and demands for conformity. These people do not recognize the danger that they're in. They're close to ruin with crazy decisions, reckless actions, and foolish choices. My God. Their ideas are not sound and lead to catastrophe. Sacrificing others is not sound. Then the Chariot in the reverse. These people have very crooked people attached to them. It says success through underhanded methods, ruthless in dealing with others, exploits others for their own advancement. Sounds like the devil. Wins by intimidation, obsessed with money and power, no concern for others, feelings and needs, a decadent attitude, misfortune, defeat, restlessness, a long desire to change one's life, or a strong desire. So this is what these people are going through. They're experiencing other people that are like them. Ruthless, evil, wicked, and mean. Look, Four of Swords, this is an end to having to fight against these people for you to be able to be in a position of authority. This love union's coming into existence, whether these people do witchcraft on it or not. Okay? Queen of Swords. And you protecting your peace and cutting people off, please stop spamming the chat with your questions. Like I said, I'm not taking personal questions on this platform. If you have a personal question, go to the other platform and subscribe there and tap the notification bell so that when I'm live, you can come on and ask your question then, and then send a $20 super chat with your question, and I will make it a priority, okay? But I'm helping the collective right now, which means I'm helping everybody. So do not spam the chat with your questions, please, and thank you. 10 of Pentacles. Somebody is irritating. They want you to completely just drop what you're doing in your life and then focus on them and what they have going on. How is that going to help you? How is that going to help you? This is what I'm saying. These people want your assistance, but this is like, let me just give you an example. This is like somebody asking fucking questions, wanting you to drop everything that you're doing to address what they're going through, dive into their demons and get them out of whatever the fuck they've gotten themselves into. And they just want you to do it completely for free. And these people, it's even free for them to subscribe and like, but they won't even fucking do that. Like, this is how ungrateful they are. You just have to understand that people that cannot show respect or understand that, whenever you have an interaction with somebody and it's in a place of business, there has to be an exchange of energy, and money is an exchange of energy. Okay. And so, like, literally, people just need to start being more respectful. These people need to respect the fact that you are already in a position to receive, a blessing. You've done the right thing. These other people, they're waiting for you to fall. There is no fall for you. Why would you fall down? For what? For these people? They're over here laughing at you, thinking it's funny. And, they see you with a 10 of Pentacles, with you having it all, literally having wealth, having an ability to continue to make money. They see you having it all. I feel like these people are very stupid for trying to sacrifice you. They don't see all of the blood, sweat, and tears that went into whatever this is that you're working on and doing. They didn't see all of the nights of crying yourself to sleep, all the times of battling demons. These people only know how to conjure up the shit and how to try to take other people's things from them. They don't know what it's actually like to go through the shit that they put others through. These people have no idea what it would be like to experience the amount of trauma that you've experienced at their hands, unjustly, by the way. The Hierophant. And I feel like because they're connected to a religion, a spiritual group, a coven, a cult, this is like an ending for this Hierophant group. They just need to come to terms with the fact that this is over, and these people will not be moving forward. They won't be kicking you out of your blessings. They won't be taking from the righteous. They won't be doing anything that they think that they're going to do, because you are the real star here. You're coming in with the new age of Aquarius. You have the ability. These people do not possess it. The devil does not possess it either, and the devil cannot give it to these people. This is why whatever the fame and success they have will be fleeting. It won't be respected, and it'll fade quickly. And all of these people's glamour magic is being pulled off of the collective. People are actually waking up from this type of stuff, from the manipulation and the abuse. I feel like, people, I don't know why people just can't respect your peace. Like, your peace is important to me. It's important to God. It's important to you. It's only not important to these people who don't want to make you a priority, or they don't want to see you have something. And again, all they have to do is stop watching. You're going to have what God has for you and what's meant for you, no matter what these people think and feel about that. And they need to become more comfortable with not being able to control others, because that is a false ideal that's just not ever going to stick. It's never going to be. These people have never, they're not meant to rule your world. Everybody wants to rule the world, but only certain people are chosen for that. And if I were you, I would stay out of arguments with people, stay out of gossip, stay out of slander, stay out of anything that lowers your vibration. Do not give up your happiness, your peace, or your sanity, or your stability for any person at any given moment for any reason. The Judgment. The Last Judgment, which was what we were reading from in Vassago Tarot Cards, Present Spells. These people, they're up under judgment. The entire group of sacrificers, or whatever you want to call them, they're all up under judgment. Okay, let's get a conclusion. What else is the most important thing for the collective to know moving forward and about these situations? Knight of Pentacles. You may have somebody wanting to bring you an issue. They're going to work very, very hard at this, and they're still going to fail. Okay. Three of Pentacles. You have a whole soul tribe community to inspire here and to lead. So again, what are these people going to do to you? They can't do anything. They just want to see you without something. Okay, what else do we need to know before we go? All these people, you may get a message about something, that a battle is over. That's why you don't have friends and family anymore. I completely agree. Two of Swords. These people are blocked. They're not only being judged, they're blocked. The universe has had enough of them. They're still carrying the Ten of Wands. These people will be carrying it for many aeons to come because they don't want to put it down. They could easily put this burden down and walk away from it, but for whatever reason, and it again, they will be tested. That has come out twice now with failed examination and them being tested. King of Cups. They are going to be advised by somebody wise to let it go. But do I think that these people will let it go? Probably not. They'll probably continue on. But either way, you're going to be fine. This Hierophant group doesn't have any power. They're finding out that they are completely powerless. That is like kind of sad for them. Seven of Swords. They have to run away with their tail between their legs from all the bad choices that they made. I hope that this just teaches them to be better people and make better choices. Ten of Swords. Yeah. Like I said, be better people, make better choices. These people are not a victim or a martyr in any type of way. You have not done anything to them. If they're trying to say that or express that, they are barking up the wrong tree with this dumb shit. So if I were you, I would continue to move forward. Again, you're being rewarded. These people don't have any star ability. They don't have any power. They don't have any type of like unique traits to them. They literally don't have anything. They don't have anything to work with. This is why these people did this sacrifice a child and other people to the devil thing, because they literally don't have anything. They don't even have anything that's their own to sacrifice. So yes, I would not fear these people. I would just be like, you know what? I think I'm just going to move on and let these people go. If this Queen of Wands contacts you and is like, I am so depressed, I need help. No, you don't help them. Let them figure it out on their own. Be like you had to figure it out on your own. There was a time when you were depressed, and where the fuck was this person when you were going through it? So this is why I feel like don't put yourself out there for people that won't, like, you know, it's like, it's free to subscribe. It's free to like the video. It doesn't hurt anybody at all. It's completely free, but people just want you to give up everything without them doing anything in return to make an equal exchange. I don't want, you know, you don't want inequality. I don't want inequality. I don't want things unbalanced. You don't want things unbalanced. This is why we behave in the way that we do, and we act from a place of peace and balance, because, and we, you know, it's not that we demand, it's just that we command the energy around us to be in alignment with God. So I want you guys to continue to love yourselves, continue to do everything that you can do in your power, okay? So that you can be here for yourself and for others, because that is like the most important thing. That is the most important thing, for you to be able to be here for yourself and for the other people that need you. And anybody that wants to negotiate or argue with your self-worth is going to have to argue with a higher power. Okay? All right, you guys. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like this video, share this content, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you watch all of the readings on both platforms. Each reading is going to hold an Easter egg of knowledge for you to decode about your own journey, okay? And remember, if you're interested in the truth of God, the link to this book, it's an Advanced Intuitive Living Workbook, is in the description box below. The KINDLE link if you're outside of the U.S., and then if you're inside of the U.S., the Amazon link is also in the description box below. And if you want to know more about this book, I use the techniques in it all the time. Go back to the beginning of this reading where I go into depth about it. Also, the Vassago tarot card spreads and spells. The link to this book is in the description box below. If you want to learn to read cards for yourself and for others, along with the original Rider-Waite deck, which it's written off of, if you want to learn more about that book and how that's done, go back to the beginning of this reading because I definitely read from it, okay? But the links to that's in the description box below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being patient, because we are getting this channel eventually monetized once it's being completely reviewed. And then at that point, we can do super chats, okay? And I can answer your guys' questions. So thank you guys for spending your time with me. I love you so much. Please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. All that good stuff really helps the platform. I love you guys. Let's grow this community. Let's share this content, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye. Have a good evening. God bless you.